So data recovery must be conducted every now and then to provide continuous improvement, no, of our security measures. Then we have secure configuration of network devices such as firewalls, routers, and switches. Not just secure configuration, but continuous update of firmwares and other uh, improvement of security measures that is provided to us by the vendors. So continuous update. If there is a need for us to subscribe, then it should be included in the budget as part of our information security management. Then boundary defense. We should also check for the boundaries inside our network. What are the possible boundaries which an employee could access? Which boundaries your your staff in your cybersecurity could access, and which are those data which could be accessed only by sensitive persons in terms of confidentiality. Then, of course, protection of data, protection of our database. Again, this could be solved using limited access to every employee, and of course, proper logs of all of those activities, continuous audit of logs that is provided. Controlled access based on the need to know. So uh, this could be identified with the top administration. Who are those persons who are allowed to access confidential data that are given inside the network? And then, of course, the wireless access control, uh, wherein we can access remotely. So again, the access control should be also in a safest manner. If we could provide applications such as the virtual private network or the VPN, much the better, so that it would be safe from all external attacks. Then we have accounting information, account monitoring and control. So we must not stop. Continuous monitoring of accounts and control of all the people accessing in the network or applications must be done on a daily basis or an every now and then basis. Implement a security awareness and training program. So not just for top management, awareness, so that they will be aware of what are the policies and guidelines. Uh, Self-awareness would be a great help in achieving security, good security measures inside your information systems. Then application software security. So aside from our physical hardware or software, physical hardware security, we must also put measures in terms of security in our applications, because some attackers are not just focusing on data theft, but of course to destroy the applications. Destroy of applications means disruption of operations. Disruption of operations means a lot of financial loss, which is very, very vital in every organization. Then we have the incident response and management. If there is a breach or attack, a response in as soon as possible time that will be made. So that will be discussed thoroughly in module 4. And then, of course, we manage it. We should regain full control immediately, and of course, repair whatever possible damages it can create. And then lastly, you might be surprised, there is a penetration test and red team exercises. So we ourselves are testing our network. We try to penetrate or try to breach, try to test what we always try to test our network. That's the red team exercises, trying to, or probably some organizations are paying other people to try and breach their network in the most possible ways. In that way, they may be able to improve the risk assessment and probably implement a stronger or a stiffer or a probably revised stronger controls to their network per system. Okay, so I have here a copy which was provided to us by the Center for Internet Security in cross reference with ISO standards on how to identify our assets. So it's all here. Uh, uh, I presented a while ago the work of Sir Aguirre because it's a more detailed. He's very very much familiar with what are the possible assets of the organizations in terms of devices and other things. But this time, this is a more complete one, a checklist of uh, in identifying your assets in terms of the ISO with cross reference to internet standards, ISO standards. So here is the first one. in terms of hardware assets. And you can see devices, use of Active Directory tool, very clear, DHCP logging update asset inventory, maintain detailed asset inventory. Okay, so it's all here in terms of hardware. And then it has also a brief description. No? What is that asset all about? Okay, so just like for, and then there is the security function wherein we need to identify, respond, protect, utilize client certificates to authenticate hardware assets, use client certificates to authenticate hardware assets connecting to the organization's trusted network. So in this way, they are using a device, they are using the so-called signature device. So aside from the username or password, it is cross-referencing it to the device you are using. So example, if you have a workstation inside your organization, then you log into their network using your username and password, and then you are not using that workstation that was assigned to you, so you cannot enter the network because there is now the protection of the device signature. So it was identified as part of the asset. Then software assets, which contains a lot. So most of them are applications. Then they are identified to respond, to protect. Okay, it's all here. Just like the applications, maintain inventory of authorized, maintain an up-to-date inventory of all softwares, authorized software that is provided to enterprise for any business purpose or any business systems. So just like an example, just like this one, applications, security functions to respond, title, address unapproved software. Ensure that the unapproved software is either removed in the inventory, is updated in a timely manner. So we need to respond if some of our softwares or applications inside the organizations are already up to date in terms of newer patch or licenses, because by doing that, it continually improve your operations. Okay, so just like this one, up, applications protect implementing applications of whitelisting of libraries. So authorized software libraries, no, improve your applications. This is where most applications are being done, just like in the antivirus software or the firewall, where they continually to approve their database of viruses and other activities that might happen. So you need to update this with the vendors every now and then to protect yourself, to protect the network. So you might not be updating your libraries. What will happen if a new virus or a new activity that is already existing in the internet might try to breach your network because you have not updated. So by updating your libraries could help you a lot. So this is still part of your um, software assets, no, or application assets. Okay. So vulnerability assets, continuous vulnerability management. So what you shall take a look, applications, users, more on the applications. So like the users, protect dedicated assessment accounts. Use a dedicated account for authenticated vulnerability scans, which could not be used for other administrative activities. No? Just like your specific machines, okay, the device signature, and specific IP address. So it's very clear if that device has assigned a small IP address. Aside from the username, the password, it is checking on the IP address and the data in your device signature for protection. So in terms of vulnerability, continuous vulnerability management. How about controlled use of administrative privileges? So users protect, change default password. So if you are new to the organizations, a new password is given to you. A new password is given to you to access your data. But then if you're trying to check for the administrative privileges, you must change it on your own because you it should not be also be known by even the cybersecurity unit. That's why when we do apply for an ATM, I have read an article in the internet that when the ATM was first implemented all over the world, one of the policies that security measures that they have created is that, uh, and this was written, and most of their security issues is that the owner of the ATM is not the one using the ATM. Just like for us husbands, the wife is accessing our ATM accounts and they know the passwords. And that is already, there is already a security policy breach on that. There's already the violation of the security policy. Worse, in the Philippines, uh, it is being it is being given to loan sharks to access our to access our ATMs, and to make much more worse, which is greatly a violation of security policies in our ATMs, is that when they line up for to withdraw money in the ATM counters, it is not just one ATM they're holding. There are about 10 or 20 ATMs. So it is clear a violation of internet security policies. So I do not know how to improve it, but maybe one day ATM machines could improve their internet information security policies. Just like when you enter your username and password, you should key in biometric uh, your your biometric scanning using your hands or your fingers, or probably your it's very hard to clone your finger ridges, no? Their fingerprints, or probably we could use our retina detection, or probably other face recognition systems where we could do that to improve security measures to probably not violate. But I think it's not very practical at this point of time, because the implementation of those security measures are quite expensive. But they could improve on that. No? They improve on the security measures in terms of information systems. Okay. How about securing information hardware software on mobile device, laptops, workstations, and servers? Okay. Protect, detect, just like the maintain secure images, maintain for templates of the system. So templates are not allowed to be taken out. Okay. Any new system deployment or system that becomes compromised should be image using one images or templates. So it automatically provides an image, scanning in your monitor, and then save it for logging purposes to put down or to trace down in case of whatever activities that you have created. Okay, in terms of maintenance, analysis, and audit logs, we also have here in terms of network, what are the most possible types? Okay, then even in the email and web browsers, which is a very common to our organization at this point of time, because most of us are working from home. So we have applications, the network, subscription to URL. So it is all here. Okay, how do we protect? Okay, how to protect from malware defenses in terms of devices. It's all here. It is all mapped to the standards for us not to be thinking it anymore. So we will try to check it. We will try to cross-reference